Hey, vinyl community, it is Trevor back with another Flat Round and Spun, here to do a response or a request, if you will, of my good dear friend Mike, also known as MGK Boston / Buffalo. One of his videos not too long ago, he was requesting some of us channels to show off certain albums and whatnot, and I been requested to show off 5 industrial and or goth albums, and thankfully he gave me a good timeline of, between like 85 and 95, which is, at least in our heads, that's like peak time for that type of music. So yeah, I got that. Though the gothic part I don't have a lot of. Actually, if I had it, I'd really love to get Only Theater of Pain by Christian Death. That is probably my favorite gothic album. But I don't have the vinyl, and the one that's available, it's like a negative version of the album cover, so where it's like the original is black. I'll just show it to you. There's that. So yeah, Only Theater of Pain, love it, but I didn't have that, so I'm not going to show it. So closest I got, they're more of a metal band, but they're tied in with the goth scene big time, and this album really put him in the upper echelon in that genre, and that is Bloody Kisses from Typo Negative from 1993. This was pretty much, this was my introduction to the band. I think I saw Black Number 1 on MTV, Headbangers Ball, and didn't really click with it at first, but it wasn't too long after that I did dig these guys a lot. I got almost every album by these guys. I'm still waiting for World Coming Down to get reissued, and then I'll have everything. But yeah, I got to see them a few times. Great band live, and as dry as they are, or as Peter Steele was, very, very humorous. So, Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses. Now we're just gonna go with the rest is gonna be all industrial stuff. Now, I got my introduction to industrial in 1990 with the album In Case You Didn't Feel Like Showing Up Live from Ministry. And then knowing what Al Jurgensen put that live band together of people from other bands, that was a cool introduction, because then I got to learn about those bands too. And one of those bands, singer Nivek Ogre from Vancouver's own Skinny Puppy. Yeah, I fell in love with it, man. Probably at times these guys are my favorite industrial band. But yeah, Ogre was one of the vocalists and did some keyboard work on that Ministry tour. So this wasn't the first one I got. I want to say I got a cassette copy of Remission, though it could have been this one too. I can't remember. I mean, that was 35 years ago. So, well, this came out in 92, and this is a very, very dark and abrasive album, Last Rites. Cool stuff. I always say this and the album prior to it, Too Dark Park, are just nightmare soundtracks. So, good stuff. Skinny Puppy, Last Rites. And then, speaking of Ministry, this is basically same band, just its, bastard cousin. And this is Revolting Cocks from 1990. This is Beer, Steers, and Queers. As you can see, I kind of did a play off of Caligula. And if you know the lore of Revolting Cocks, they always use these same three guys on their covers. I believe these were uncles of Wax Trax co-founder Danny Fletcher. So this is basically Ministry but silly, and it's good fun. I love this album a whole lot. This is just a different version. Usually this is white instead of black. I don't know why it changed colors, but plus the vinyl looks cool. It kind of fits the motif. So, Beers, Steers, and Queers from Revolting Cocks. Something else that spawned from that Ministry tour in 1990, they had two drummers. Main drummer for Ministry, Bill Rieflin. He also was sharing drum duties with Martin Atkins of, at the time, Killing Joke, and prior to that, in Public Image Limited. And Martin Atkins, he, dug the tour, but he thought with, all those people in that band, and as he put it, instead of being a Ministry cover band, why don't they just make their own music? So most of that lineup ended up on their first album, Gub, but this is their second album, Fook, and that is Pigface, right there. It's hard to see on this one. Pigface, yeah, it's an all-star lineup. Each album is different people. The only mainstay really is Martin Atkins on drums. Nivek Ogre does do tracks on this and on the first one. And on the first one, even Trent Reznor is on a track. And but that was way before Nine Inch Nails, got popular. So this is also from 1992. I love this album a lot. I was so happy when this got reissued. It was fucking expensive. Martin Atkins and his reissues, they're pricey, but there's a lot of cool bonus stuff in it. So, Fook from Pigface. And finally, this is actually a 12-inch, but two classic songs, A-side, B-side, and they're lumped into industrial, but they call their music EBM, electronic body music. And this is Headhunter from Front 242. Actually, a good friend of mine that I used to work with at Harmony House, he gifted me this when I was briefly DJing in around 98. And I believe this is the only piece of original Wax Trax vinyl I have. This is from back in the day, 88, I believe. But Front 242, I believe they just hung it up not too long ago. I really wish I would have seen them more. I only caught them once on the Lollapalooza in 93, and they played in the middle of the day, which was kind of weird for that kind of music. But anyway, Vinyl Community, I will put a link to Mike's channel. Actually, I'll put a link to that specific video where he requested a bunch of us channels to do these prompts, I guess. Had a good time pulling this stuff out. Actually, I pulled it a while ago. It's just been a really busy week. And just to plug something, I'm thinking about doing a vlog of this coming week. I am flying home to Detroit. The centerpiece is to go see AC/DC. Not very gothic, not really industrial, but Detroit is very industrial city, or at least it's rich history of that. But I'm gonna be hanging out with friends and relatives, and I want to try to capture some of this week. I'll keep it nice and tight and edited, but just to show what getting me home for a concert. Actually, I think this is the first time I actually flew home specifically for a concert. This is weird. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So I will talk to you all later. We will see you probably next week. And good seeing you. Thank you, Mike, for putting this up. All right, guys. We will see ya.